Hello everybody, we're in Hambleton today and we've got Michelle and we have, I'm going to pan around very slowly here, we have a lovely guest presenter. We have the lovely Deborah.
Good afternoon.
Are you going to be helping today?
Oh, absolutely, in every way I can.
Fantastic. Right, where are we? We are Mill Lane, sort of, and asked on social media and the Hambleton groups. They were absolutely fantastic and really helpful. So I asked about this rather fantastic book. There is a map we're going to be using, and I'm going to pop this in to show you what we're going to be using. And we're walking and trying to avoid cars, cyclists, each other.
Hello.
So some of the information we're going to be reading out today is from the marvellous book Bygone Days in Hambleton by J. Daresbury Hatton. Been told he's actually moved out of the area about 40 years ago. If anybody else wants to add to the information we're doing, please do. If we get anything wrong, again, tell us. Now, Michelle, what's interesting about this field?
Unlike the rest of the fields around here, it's not flat as a fluke. There's a ridge going across it that may actually be the mill platform.
Ooh.
Because the peg mill was raised up on the bank as well as being built up on a wooden base. It was on the wooden base that the mill could pivot.
Did not know that.
Clouds of smoke coming from behind you like you're morphing randomly.
So I'm going to give you a bit of history, walkie-talkie. And again, this is from the fantastic book which I'm going to cite from. Hambleton Windmill was a small peg mill standing on the spot, now occupied by a pair of houses next to Mill Garage in Mill Lane. So this is basically where we're walking now. It was built of wood and turned on an impressive wooden post. Obviously this doesn't exist anymore. Apparently there was a large water well serving the mill, which was notoriously deep. It was filled in many years ago, and a privet hedge now separates the house garden from the garage forecourt, which now covers the site. The mill worked until about 1890 and was renowned for its high quality milling. The various millers seem to have had a fine local reputation for having well-dressed stones, milling at a constant speed. Apparently, Hambleton Windmill was demolished in 1902. The last miller was James Barron, who died in 1902, aged 50. And here we have Mill House. This is yours, it's very pretty. Please do say hello if you're watching. What we're going to try and do is sort of follow the map.
Yeah.
Ish.
Oh.
It's a good point actually.
Yes.
A peg mill is a wooden mill on a base, and it's stuck on a great big post, and it's got a big post coming out the side.
Yeah.
And instead of moving the cap in the wind, which is what they do in the brick build, they move the whole windmill.
Because I wondered when you said a peg.
Yeah, the peg is a big
yeah.
thing coming out the side, so they can just push it round in a circle. They're half the size of brick-built mills.
I glanced the illustration over
Yeah.
Juliet's shoulder on it. That's what made me ask.
There's no survivors around here. Unfortunately, they're all gone.
Wow.
There you go.
There's the big post at the back.
Yeah.
Right, and there you go. For those of you who didn't know, it's always nice to be reminded.
It's nice to have somebody think along and we can find these things out.
There will be banter, there will be silly questions.
Oh, no, not really. They're not well known about.
Well, I didn't know you didn't mill pegs, you know, like you
True.
would grind corn. Honest.
I can only presume that the peg is the post that was put on.
Yes.
Apparently, and again, the book says the following. The author was told by the old residents the main reason for the demolition was the rotting of the post on which it revolved. Knowing the wet nature of the ground in the area, obviously, that seems like a foregone conclusion. Right, onwards and sideways to the next exciting location. Right, we've come over Shard Bridge now, and
We were in Hambleton.
yay! Now, all the years I've sort of driven this way, well, I've been concentrating on the road, haven't I, driving?
Yep.
And there are things that I've not actually picked up on or missed, which Michelle has now corrected me upon. So, this bridge is called...
I can't remember.
Get the book out, get the book out.
The book says.
Bear with us. Anybody watching this video is going to be like, really?
Wow.
It is hot.
It's far too hot.
You're...
Coat Bridge.
There we go, Saltcote Bridge. So, allegedly, there is a date stone on it,
On the other side.
on the other side. So, let's have a little bit of a...
Discover
Shall
it.
we have a walk, ladies? This is a really busy road though, isn't it? Is this the original bridge, do we know?
Probably, yeah. All that open road used to be salt marsh.
Ah, okay. Yell if you see a date stamp. Apparently it's behind the bench. But at least it's
Just make
there.
out the word bridge.
That's good. See, I didn't know that, and I've been driving this way for years. It's not gonna. I'm just gonna pan. You'll be able to see how busy this road, as you all know, actually is.
See the creek weaving round
Yeah.
to that body of water. That's coming from under the road.
Ah. So does this flood quite a bit?
It can flood, but it's not as bad as it used to be.
Right. Thank you.
And those Edwardian houses on the corner,
Yeah.
during World War II, a Spitfire crashed into the salt marsh and landed just before the road and broke up. It didn't actually hit the houses, so they managed to escape. But
Wow.
I believe the pilot didn't.
Oh.
I think the wreckage is still under there, still in the marsh.
Wow. Again, if anybody's got any more information on this, please do let us know. We've travelled a bit further round. The parish church of the Blessed Virgin Mary probably dates back to the early 13th century. Apparently it was once a manor house. Now, Michelle also tells me this was surrounded by a moat, is that correct?
The Thornber mentions, I think it was Thornber, that the church is modern, but there's been a chapel of ease here for centuries, which is an offshoot of a church. They can worship here, but they can't baptise or bury. But it was moated, and they found what appeared to be a cobbled road. The indications are that because the site was moated, it wasn't connected to a manor house. It was connected to something prehistoric.
Don't know that. Reading a little bit more with the Book of Fabulousness, it says, over the centuries the moat was drained, gradually filled in. Part of Hambleton's primary school, built in 1879, is over the ancient moat. At one point, the school foundations do go down to a depth of about 5.5 metres to reach the solid bed of the moat. There we go. The last remaining section was filled in around about the 1970s, and apparently that was during the making of the car park for the parish church hall, which is slightly further down, which we shall have a look at in a minute, or 5, or 10. I'm going to see if we can get in.
Yeah, I've been in before.
Nice.
My nephew was christened here.
Alright. We've lost Deborah. She's wandered off. Oh,
She's
no.
looking at the graves.
Looking at the graves.
Well, the moat seems to indicate a lot of the earlier features. I haven't found any reference to a manor house being this side of Hambleton, other than that book.
So there's going to be a really long video or a really short one. Just going to stop to put some hand gel on. Hold on. This is just a gorgeous church. Thank you for letting us have a look. excuse me, very old sundial. He knows what lies in the rubble. Or cobbles. We're next to the church hall now. And in the background, of course, you can see the school. This was recently sold at auction. We don't know if they're going to renovate or reopen the restaurant, or we're just not sure. I've written them a letter, got a letterbox outside, so fingers crossed the new owners will read it and get back to me so I can hopefully have some access, get some pictures. But for now, well, we've just got the outside bit. When I find out some more history, because we are going to return again, we shall add some more. We're on Stony Lane now. This is your property, it's beautiful. We're coveting again. Oak cottages, gorgeous. Do you think that was once perhaps a stable block? Will be corrected up. Yeah.
They must have got little ponies though.
God bless. Oh, look at the wellies. This one's for sale. Wonder if I can afford it. This is on my list of if I ever win money on the lottery, this is one of the top ones.
This is a filed one, guys.
Okay.
Look where the chimneys are, either end of the house. The right hand side would have been where they stored the cattle over winter. This would have been a central passage doorway that went right through the house.
Okay. I still want it. Again, if you saw it, it's just gorgeous, it's stunning. I really wish I had the money for this.
All them spiders in the thatch though.
So here we are on Market Street. Michelle, again. Yes. Sorry, could you tell us a little bit about Market Street, please?
Take 3. This is the true heart of Hambleton. This used to be the village centre. All the yeoman farmers and everybody used to live here. The church is round the corner. The road that goes past the Shovels is a modern bypass to the village. This is the village centre, they had the fairs here, they did everything here, and it's a forgotten street now.
But a busy one, it seems today.
Certainly busy with cars. I don't know
Definitely.
where they're all going.
Church.
And at the top of the road there used to be a medieval holloway.
which I think we may just have to go and have a look at.
Yeah.
Lovely, thank you.
About 10-15 years ago, Neil Thompson of Pulling Historical brought me and Brian up here to show us what appeared to either be a house platform or a road. It was heavily gravelled and it seemed to go off into the distance, so I don't think it was a house platform. Unfortunately, just after he died, they stuck a telephone mast on top of it, so we will never know and we'll never be able to dig it and find out.
That's a shame. I mean, it blends in so well with the countryside, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's not just the pylons.
Again, back on the main road, but Michelle has just told me something incredibly random. There was a plastic sheep that apparently used to live in the garden here. However,
It used to move around the garden because the local drunks coming home from the shovels used to move it to various parts of the premises. And then one night it got stolen, unfortunately. It was replaced, got stolen again, and after that no more sheep. But it was a local landmark. Everybody used to look to see where the sheep was. I think it had a couple of friends at one point, but they got nicked as well.
so these are things you can't read in a book sometimes. It's just like local strange knowledge.